Hey everyone, Travis Bowman here. Today we've got a super special amplifier to take a look at. This is a 120 watt acoustic amp by Elite Acoustics. Now, there are a lot of acoustic amps out there to choose from, but the guys at Elite Acoustics really like to think outside the box, and I think you'll find this amp very interesting when compared to its competitors. This guy is equipped with 16 onboard effects, a 3-band input EQ, 2 XLR inputs for either a microphone or an instrument, as well as 48 volt phantom power if your microphones need that, and 4 1/4-inch inputs for guitars and such. Now here's a super interesting addition that you don't see that often on other amps, a 9 volt power output if you need it for a specific pedal like a tuner or something like that. In addition to the effects and all the inputs, this amp is also equipped with Bluetooth technology. It's even got this cool little antenna for maximum range on that Bluetooth, and it's also got a 3.5mm auxiliary input if you've got a device equipped with that same jack on your side. Now, the main difference that we're looking at here is the fact that this amp is lithium battery powered. So that's right, you don't need to be tethered to the wall to use this amp. On the website, they state that this amp can go up to 4 hours on a single charge, and I've seen similar results myself. I'm an acoustic fingerstyle guitar player, and when I'm thinking about this amp, I can see it being useful for practicing pretty much anywhere thanks to the rechargeable battery, and I can also see myself using this for some smaller venues for live performances like, coffee houses and cafes, stuff like that. The Bluetooth is also pretty handy. You can use this thing to play a backing track from your phone or other devices while you practice a solo over it. And when you're not practicing or performing, it would be pretty awesome to have this thing blasting some tunes for a pool party or something like that. So we're about to jump into the demo of this amp. Of course, I'm going to use an acoustic guitar for the demo, being that this is an acoustic amplifier, but I'm also going to be using a few other instruments that aren't quite as conventional. So let's get into the demo. There's definitely a lot of power in this thing, and it's a nice little practice amp for acoustic guitars, but you could also use this in so many different applications, and the more that I think about it, the more possibilities there seem to be. In addition to just, you know, hanging out and kind of practicing, you know, plugged in like I just was, you can also take this thing out on the road with you and not necessarily have to worry about it, you know, plugging into a wall, which is one of the biggest selling points on these Elite acoustic amps in my opinion. So here's a scenario for you. You just want to play some acoustic guitar on your front porch, but you want to mess around with some different effects and stuff like that. Don't have to worry about having the amplifier plugged in. Now for this entire demo that I just did, the amplifier, it's not plugged in. It's running off of the battery, and the clarity is still there. The low end is still there, which is really surprising on a battery-powered acoustic amp. Now, the other thing that I'd like to talk about is strictly for musicians that are doing kind of YouTube stuff like I am. Everybody knows that when you go out into the woods or near the ocean or something like that, if you're trying to do a music video, none of those performances are recorded right there. They're either done in a studio or a bedroom studio like you see here. But the great thing about this is that you can have that Bluetooth capability work in your favor, and because it's so big and it outputs so much power, you can actually take this with you and play your pre-recorded track to mime along with, which is really, really nice. I know the struggles of trying to do that with just your cell phone and using the speaker on your cell phone to achieve a really nice volume, and that's just not the case. If you've got something like this, you don't have to worry about that. It'll be as loud as you need it to be to let yourself hear that recording, so you can perfectly get that really nice looking performance. And as a matter of fact, it's exactly what I did in my most recent performance video on the harp guitar there. You can find that in the card. But I just took this out exactly how you see it, unplugged, used my phone with the Bluetooth capabilities, and I was listening to my pre-recorded performance, and it actually made it really easy. And it's nice to not have to worry about, am I going to be able to hear myself? Do I need to put headphones in? You know, and you know, getting those audio levels mixed together and everything is really difficult to do. But with this, I don't have to worry about that at all. And can we just take a second to talk about how gorgeous the wood finish is on this thing? Now, they've done several different amps in the past and currently, and they have like a black finish, which is really nice, but to represent the acoustic guitar, it's also really cool to see that they've actually got this wood finish, which is super, super nice. And in addition to all that, you can actually make yourself a PA out of these amplifiers if you really wanted to. They've got the holes in here to where you can actually mount these on a speaker stand. So in addition to using this for like a practice amp, you could have this be part of a larger rig. And I mean, they've got angled amps and stuff too, where you can have them as like your monitor. So it's not just a flat box like this. They actually have models that are kind of angled a little bit too. But overall, this particular amplifier, really, really nice, well-rounded sound. I'm particularly impressed by the low end, particularly for stuff like the harp guitar, which is not necessarily your normal guitar, but it does a very great job of picking up the low end, and the 3-band EQ here really is just as simple as it can get, but at the same time, it gives you a whole bunch of different options and stuff too. Now, I'm a fingerstyle guitar player, so I can't speak for the singer-songwriter stuff, but I can imagine that having a microphone with this setup would be just perfect for some smaller shows. And it's nice that you can actually have that microphone plugged in and multiple different instruments too if you so desired. This is one of the more premium amps that they offer. Now if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, I would highly encourage you to check out their website, because like I said, they have several different types of amplifiers on their website, and I would highly encourage you to check that out. You might find something that'll fit for your setup and your budget. And thanks very much to the guys at Elite Acoustic for sending me this amplifier for review. Really appreciate that, and it was really fun to kind of test this out.